welcome to Atlanta and welcome back to Calvino's World. It's going to be a very busy weekend, so let's just get right into it. Happening this weekend is the Midnight Market at Atlantic Station. Now, we've talked about night markets before, back in the Freedom Fest video, the International Freedom Fest video. Night markets are something that usually happens all around the world, and I remember thinking back then, I wish Atlanta would have more of these type of events, and here we are. Now Atlantic Station's doing a night market. Should be pretty interesting. They've got all kind of vendors, all kind of food, little events, skating and whatnot. So looks like a lot of fun. Also happening down at the Halodrome food hall is they've got live music down that way. Also happening this weekend, Brazilian Fest down in Marietta, Render Fest Music Fest, which is, Caribbean music, Render Fest technology event, completely different. Atlanta Motor Speedway, which we talked about before, has the balloon and laser show for the kids. Now it is a little bit far away, but it does look like fun. There's Latin Music Rave at Believe Music Hall. Decatur has a beach party down in Decatur. You'll have to check the link to find out more information on that. Chef's Market has at Pullman Yards. We've talked about that one before. I've actually got a video for you that you could check at the bottom. There's also a new one, UFC Fight Night at State Farm Arena. You might want to check that out. There's also the Summer Beer Fest at Old Fourth Ward. Now that is going to cause massive amounts of traffic. Not on its own, but a little bit. But when you put it in combination with, there's also the Juneteenth parade that's going to be going up Boulevard. So if you're not going directly to those events, I would avoid the Boulevard corridor and kind of the Old Fourth Ward area and Ponce City Market if you're not going directly to those events. There's also the Big Tigger Bike Fest down over at West Side BELTLINE Trail. So if you've never been over there and you would like to be involved with the event, it's a celebrity event hosted by Big Tigger, radio host. What else? You got the Heal Your House Festival down in Grant Park in combination with the Boots on the Ground community walk down in Grant Park. That'll be along Cherokee Avenue and should be pretty interesting. So if you live in the Grant Park area, that'll be something to do. We've talked about this one before, the interactive murder mystery down at Dad's Garage Theater. So if you like solving mysteries and you want to be part of a interactive crowd there that helps solve the mystery, that event is for you. There's also the Gaga Ball at Lore. Basically, it's a Lady Gaga themed party. Looks like a lot of fun. There's the Weenie Roast, Father's Day at Pullman Yards. There's also the daytime pool party at Club Bamboo. Now, if you've never been down to Club Bamboo, you can see it from the street that they've got palm trees surrounding a big pool out there. You go there late at night, let me just tell you, there's a lot of beautiful women walking around. So I assume this one's going to be quite the event to go to. So again, that's the Bamboo Club Daytime Pool Party. And that wraps it up for this weekend. Now, I had previously said that I wouldn't feature sporting events, large sporting events and concerts because you can kind of look that up on your own. I wanted to focus on small neighborhood events and, festivals and that type of thing, things that people wouldn't normally catch. But a couple of things happened this past week that kind of changed my mind that said, hey, these things are just too big to ignore. So this past week, a couple of days ago, driving down the street and saw everybody walking around with Wu-Tang shirts. And then I realized Wu-Tang was here and I missed it. I didn't even know it was happening. Also, a few days before that, they had Shakira and Metallica and Lil Baby was all here. So basically, these events are a little bit too big to ignore. And then the final straw was when I realized I had missed a lot of those people. I saw that Beyonce is coming. Now, she hadn't arrived yet. It won't be until July. But one of the things I noticed was she's got 4 nights at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I need you to think about that. I know y'all all know that Beyonce is big, but think about this. Some of those people I mentioned before, they were at Allstate Arena. I think 1 or 2 of them might have been at Mercedes-Benz, but it was either 1 night or 2 nights at most. Allstate Arena, you probably get about 15,000 people when it's full. But the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, if they open up the upper deck, which I don't know if they will, we're talking 70,000 plus people. And Beyonce's got 4 nights. Even if you're just talking about the lower decks, that's still 45, 50,000 people. And she's doing 4 nights. When I saw that, I was like, yo, that's a little too big to ignore. So from now on, I will include music events. So that is happening July 10th, 11th, 13th, and the 14th. So I'm telling you now so that you can plan ahead before tickets sell out. As a matter of fact, speaking of things selling out or planning ahead, some of these things you do need to know about ahead of time. So I won't wait to mention them until they happen. I'm going to talk about them now. So we've talked about the little soapbox derby happening in Old Fourth Ward, not until August 23rd, but I'm sure you need time to build your soapbox with your kid. So if you want to be involved with that, there's also, that we've talked about this before, the Mario Karts, Tokyo style Mario Karts is touring through the US, and they're coming to Atlanta from August to November. I'm sure tickets for that are going to sell out very, very quickly. And then obviously the big one is the World Cup. I don't know that you can still get tickets, but I'm letting you know now because as of this week, it is happening exactly 1 year from now. So if you want a chance to see or grab World Cup tickets, you probably need to already have done it or be planning on doing it. Now that is different from Club World Cup. World Cup is, well, if you're into soccer, you know the difference. But by the way, well, 2 things. First, we'll talk about, so you could tell the World Cup is going to be big here because of all the development they're doing down at the Gulch. It is unrecognizable now, even though it's not even close to being finished. It looks completely different than it did just 2 or 3 months ago. So it's going to be a big deal for us. There's a lot of money and a lot of planning going into that. But the other thing I wanted to mention as far as Club World Cup, which is happening in the next couple of weeks here, over the next couple of weeks, be careful if your registration status is incomplete because ICE agents themselves have announced that they will be at the World Cup club events, that's, I don't know, man, kind of shady. But anyway, we won't get too much into that. Anyway, let's talk about next week's events. So there's the Wellness Wednesday Boot Camp happening at Atlantic Station. There's also a pop-up water slide event happening at Atlantic Station as well. The first game of Club World Cup, which is Inter Miami versus Porto. That's Messi's team. So if you want to get tickets for that, I'm sure. I've heard that the tickets have actually been lowered because of lack of interest, which is kind of messed up. We need people to kind of show out so we can have a strong presence for when we host the World Cup. Speaking of which, the very next day, Man City will hold their official party here in Atlanta at the Brew House. If you don't know anything about the Brew House Cafe, it's a huge soccer bar. As a matter of fact, they've recently been voted the best soccer bar in all of the U.S., which is why I guess they're having an official party there. Les Scott and Sean Wright Phillips. If you play soccer, you know who those guys are. And then the very next morning, the next morning, is the official summer solstice at Colony Square. Now, it will be very early in the morning, basically when sunrise happens. So we're talking 5:45, 6 a.m. So if you are a spiritual person that talks to the stars, and you probably got salt crystals all throughout your apartment, I'm just messing around. But hey, it looks like a good event to go to. So if you want to be there amongst like-minded people, go to the summer solstice. Welcome the summer solstice down at Colony Square. Also on the 21st, there's Pollinator Week in Decatur. There's also the Water Lantern Festival in Morrow. There's Spoken Word Vibes and the Atlanta Shorts Festival. Atlanta has a huge film community. I mean, even before uh, all the big movie studios started coming and filming in Atlanta, there was always a good film scene. So if you like, you know, burgeoning artists, you definitely want to check out the Atlanta Shorts Fest happening at Atlanta Limelight Theater. Also happening on that same day is the Dubai Expo. Now, you know me, most of my events that I post are usually free events or very affordable events. So why am I posting this? Well, I was honestly quite surprised. I'm in no position to buy a house right now, but uh, they're talking about buying a house in Dubai for only 200,000. Now, if you wonder why people do that, it's not just because of Instagram and all this other stuff. If you are trying to save money on taxes, it is a tax-free, no tax on income country, if I'm not mistaken. To be able to purchase a house for only 200,000, that's actually kind of reasonable, man. I was slightly surprised. So, if you're looking to work out your finances and you're looking for a strategy, a long-term strategy, I think this is something worth looking into. And it will be at the Whitley in Buckhead, which is one of the nicer hotels in all of Atlanta, which tells you what kind of clientele they're catering to. But for a price of 200,000, hey, that's not too bad. Also happening is the K-pop splash party. Now I don't have too many details on that. Hopefully by the time I post this video, I would have attached a detailed link that you can refer to, or you can just Google it yourself, as well as all the other events that I mentioned. Well, one of the huge ones for you youngins is the birthday bash happening at State Farm Arena. That's also on June 21st. I know that's usually a pretty big event. So, also, I should probably mention that I came across this website, Dazn, DAZN. I don't know much about it. So, you might want to use a VPN to protect yourself. But supposedly, I guess once you register, you'll be able to watch all the Club World Cup games for free. So, that might be something worth checking out. June 22nd, Atlanta Streets Alive is back, and it is on the Peachtree route. I've posted a previous video for you before that you could check in the link down below. And speaking of Man City plays the Saudi League team also on that same day, the 22nd. June 24th, you got Kids on the Square Playdate at Colony Square. Also happening at Colony Square on the 25th. Wellness Wednesday Self Defense. These are free events now. Also, June 25th is the Atlanta Hawks Draft Watch Party. I'm assuming that's going to be at Allstate Arena. I'm not sure. Then on the 27th, you've got the R&B Soul Bingo at Buckhead. I don't know much about that one. That one looks pretty new, or I'm sorry, like a new event. So you will have to investigate the details for yourself. And speaking of which, oh, actually, you know what? Scratch that. Excuse me. I got one that's gonna mean a lot to me if you guys, at least think about visiting or showing up, because these are people I know, people I play soccer with. So, my friend Prim, who owns the Tiki Thai restaurant over there off of, I think that's Northside Drive over there. And I'm not saying this because he's somebody I know, somebody I play soccer with. I swear I went there to go eat one time, man, and I wish I had time to go back, but they have some of the best Thai food well, just in general, just the best food in general I've ever had in my life, man. Every dish we tried was absolutely incredible. So it would mean a lot to me if y'all go check out his restaurant. But it just so happens on the 27th that Another friend of ours, Rocky, because that's him on the photo there on the right. Looks like he's hosting an event that's going to happen probably every Friday. What it looks like. So if you get a chance, this looks like something you'd be interested in. It would mean a lot to me if you go visit those guys and tell them Calvino sent you. What else we have? Oh, so on the 28th, there is the Smoke and Spice Block Party. So if you know anything about Fox Barbecue, they're one of the more popular barbecue restaurants in all of Atlanta, more popular restaurants in all of Atlanta. And they're hosting a block party. So that might be worth checking out on June 28th. More Club World Cup on the 29th is going to be the round of 16. Again, tickets are dropping. Every time I see a new post, it's something else about the ticket prices are dropping because, I think some people are scared of all the ICE agents showing up. June 29th, the International Food and Spirits Fest at Cook Park downtown. So that might be worth checking out. Since it's only a couple weeks out, I guess we'll go over the first couple of weeks of July, at least what I have for now. And don't get me wrong, there'll always be other events that happen between now and then that may update at a later video. But for now, what I have is July 1st, more Club World Cup happening here in Atlanta. Don't get me wrong, there's more Club World Cup happening all over the US, but these are the events that we are hosting. So we have the round of 16 as well here in Atlanta on July 1st. On July 5th, we'll be hosting the quarterfinals. And again, ticket prices are dropping, so go ahead and take advantage of it. July 7th, you got Stories on the Square, where you bring a book down to Colony Square and they'll give you a free glass of wine and you can kind of socialize with other people. We spoke about this earlier. July 10th, 11th, 13th, and 14th, Beyonce. So you don't want to miss that. But if you do for any reason, or more specifically, you can't afford tickets, I understand. Trust me, I understand. More free stuff. You got the outdoor movie on the same night, July 10th, happening at Colony Square. I believe they're showing The Princess Frog. Not sure what that is. I don't remember that one. July 11th, you got another free movie night down in Cabbagetown. Bring a lawn chair for that one. July 12th, you got WWE at State Farm Arena. July 13th, you got the High Museum free second Saturdays or something. We've also made a video about that you could check out. I'll put a link for that one down below if you want to see what the High Museum free second Saturdays is like. So I think we'll end it here because once again, we've gone through a lot. But if you get a chance to check out any of the events, please do so. I'm giving you what I can to, things that I know of that are happening that you may not be aware of. So we're going to end it here. And anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video. You guys be good to each other. Peace. I hope this video was able to inform or entertain in some way. So if you got anything out of it, please return the love and hit the like button to help me grow the channel. It really does help. And if you happen to be going through a difficult time, please remember to get out there and explore for yourself. Live in the moment, live in the now. Take the time to appreciate all the little things and find the joy in life. Tomorrow is never promised. Forget about material matters and simply be grateful for each and every breath. Morning is always a new opportunity, one more chance to start over. And most importantly, just be good to each other. We're all we got. It's really that simple. And as always, I thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.